Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Teutonic here, and welcome back to a Kalmar Union campaign. You join me outside Königsberg over here, where we are marching on the town, and there are a few troops hiding outside. There are a few troops inside as well. We'll have to see about that, but judging by the banner, I think quite a few of them are damaged, like this chap over here. Elsewhere, we of course have our Princess Cecile, who is up to 4 on the charm, but she's 22, so we just need to be careful about her getting a bit too old. Haven't found anyone for her to marry though, so we are potentially going to go scout around the Imperial lands, but it might be a case of accepting a betrothal for her from within our own lands. We'll see about that. Oh, over here in Visby, we have a force gathering here. They're going to go and launch over to Window, which seems a little bit under-defended. Quite a lot of their troops are stuck in Riga, fighting off Novgorod. And honestly, I want to take Riga, so I need to get myself over to Window soon. So I have a launching platform. Fortress would help me quite a lot, I think. So just float around here. Yeah, you can see they're trying to take back Palanga. That would actually suit me because I can take that too, but it looks like the Lithuanians are going to hold off on that front. Yeah, they're definitely going to win that particular bout. Elsewhere, we have lots of things growing around settlements pretty much everywhere. There's got a building project going on. Now, actually, Halmstad's an interesting example here because this is a town, 1855, but it's only on the size of town. Now, if you remember, I made Skar into a castle and turned it back into a large town. So this is only on 1279, but I can build all of this stuff because it is technically large town. And that is very much the advantage, is that I can get all the infrastructure sorted out now. By the time this grows, which will actually be quite quick, as soon as we've got Edmund the Honourable here, to 7 command there now, doing very well. Yes, it means that we can build tons of things there, whereas over in Halmstad we are very much slowed down. We could turn it into wooden castle, turn it up into castle, etc. But by this point it's probably a bit late. It's already about to grow anyway, but you can kind of see the advantage of having turned Skara into a castle and then back into a large town, because by the time this is ready to grow I will have completed the infrastructure projects that I really desire. And what else was going on? Oh, of course, it's a few turns later, so I have indeed got my army over from here over to Abo. In fact, we are ready to head in right now. So we have ourselves quite a few ladders and towers. They don't have a huge amount here, but I just want to be careful. Lots of ways in we can outmaneuver them. Prussian archers, kind of standard enough archers, nothing too interesting. Order militia, a bit like the Italian militia, but just kind of worse. And we've got the Nachten over here, which are... they're not too dissimilar actually from our Schwener when we get them later on, except they have half the soldiers. So not as good as our chappies, which hopefully we'll be able to recruit before too long, but I'm going to need a big bucket of money to get the infrastructure. Right, into Abo, let's take up Captain Marcus. This should be a simple enough affair, but I do have plenty of towers to do the job. I'm going to get my proper heaviest infantry, my semi-axemen, and my dismounted feudal knights in on the towers here. Just means that any units on these walls are hopefully just going to get chunked down without too many problems. Superior troops should do the job nicely. And get a crossbowman into the side over here. Hopefully then, if we are stuck in an engagement, we can get some shots into the back of those order militia. It's very much the plan. It doesn't look like they're doing too much damage of us. I don't see the Prussian archers burning anything down at the moment. There they are. I'm not sure they have done very much yet. Let's have a little look. See, are they on fire arrows? I assume they would be. No reason why they wouldn't. Anytime you're ready, chaps. Yeah, they're shooting their fire arrows, but most of them seem to be pretty useless and have hit the old rampart. I can't actually remember what you call these little bits now. I have to remind myself of the terminology. Anyway, they don't look like they've done a particularly good job. Get ourselves up to the walls. And hopefully in a few moments we'll be ready to deliver a big blow on their chaps on the wall. Good. Looks like all of our towers have made it. With the ram having smashed down, yeah, with the ram taking down the gate, they are fleeing. I'm just going to see if I can catch them here. Perfect, crossbowmen. Just shoot them down and we should be able to just pin them with the Viking raiders here. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So if they can do their work... No, they've not managed to pin them at all. Well done, sir. You absolutely failed What about the Prussian chaps? Those order militia over there are not going to get in either. Let's actually send in our cavalry to come and deal with these chaps, because they're going to get in our way, I think. With the dismounted feudal knights getting onto the walls, though, we can charge in, surround the Prussian archers, and that will deal with them without too many problems. I think in Medieval 2 they're sensible and they don't start chasing off the wall to shoot these guys, but they probably could. They certainly don't in Rome Total War. They like to climb off the walls and start getting themselves killed. But all is fine. Get yourselves right to that position, please. And yeah, the order chaps are just going to fight to the death. We've lost a few men in that little skirmish, that little encounter there, but nothing too much. General seems to have kept himself behind. Looks like the ladders need to be dropped, and we need to make our little manoeuvres toward the plaza. Well, here we are then, ready to shoot them down on the plaza. I'm not sure they're going to avert our particular gaze here. Yeah, under the shadow of the church, we will chop them down. The crossbowmen are going to get a load of lovely shots in. If they want to kneel down, that would be actually quite helpful, because otherwise we're going to shoot over. But we'll see. We might as well get some good shots in anyway. And if they want to take the hits, that's grand. But if not, they can end up hitting straight into our axemen and our dismounted feudal knights. We've got some of our cleric lads over there just ready to close the trap when they get pulled into battle. So we'll just see if they get drawn in, or they're just going to stand around. At the moment, they are choosing to die the coward's death. Oh, they're going to go and take on the clerics. Interesting. Fine. That's fine by me. Give them a good charge then. Yes. Give them a good biff on their head, lads. There we go. That's what we want to see. For some reason, they've got a light cav going in against good old... Well, I'd say they're medium sort of weight, really, these chaps. But, yeah, a good biff on the head from their mace is not going to go too well for them. They're way too light to deal with the clerics. Now, over here... Order militia, they're not doing so hot, are they? Let's send one of these units in to close that trap. You, sir, go and do that. Perfect. Victory will indeed be ours. They seem a bit distracted. Doesn't look like they're going to do very much else about us, does it? No, we'll just let the rain of crossbows do its work. And over here, yeah, the Schnecken aren't going to last very long, are they? Especially not when we get the semi-axemen in the rear. Ah, ha, ha. Here we go then. Yeah, they are going to rout straight away from that. And that charge has pretty much done them in. They're down to 7. The order militia are going in. Okay, I think all missiles stop. And all infantry get in there and just give them their proper death. Cav. Charge in as well. Look at this. They are not going to do very well from this charge, are they? Oh no, they're not. They're not. They're not. They are not indeed. Let's just get the 2 Norse war clerics in over that side. There we are. 50. They're going to get hit by massive charges from all sides. Down to 42 from that initial charge there. In come the clerics from the rear, down to 36. We're going to lose a few just to chunk them down. We could shoot them down, but I think this is the honourable way to do it. Let's show the townspeople what we, what we're worth, which is murder of your peoples. Obviously, they will fight to the end, but all things considered, it's not really going to be an issue, is it? So we'll just pull our cavalry out of there. General, likewise, you can get yourselves out as well. We'll just let the axemen chop them down, because this is pretty much what they're designed for, going up against good old spearmen and just axing their way through. There is not a lot they can do. Yeah, this is brutal stuff, isn't it? There we are, in the sunshine, a little bit better. The axemen are doing a much better job here today, aren't they? There we go. They like that. Straight through the heads. Yes, good old wallop. And yeah, down to 3, and I think we'll just speed it up to full here. Right, well, this is Abo taken. What other towns we actually need technically to be part of the Kalmar Union? Christopher of Vesterman, or Vestermanna, has succeeded there. No one really gained experience because it was a bit of an easy little attack. So, with Abo down, that's some more trading. It's also a bit one less city for the Teutonic Order. They have indeed. Occupy once again. Relations worsen with the Teutonic Order. It doesn't really matter because we're going to wipe them off the face of the earth. Chivalry. Fair and rule. Grand mission to blockade the port, which was useless. It was given to me when I was already sieging it and ready to attack because the council are absolute fools. So land clearance, because for some reason you haven't got that yet. But otherwise, ooh, alchemist lab. Very nice. We've got the Great Market already. Warehouse. Master Thieves Guild. Okay, so there are quite a few useful things here already. Albeit I'd rather have Merchants Guild, but that's fine. So, Abo has fallen under our control. Ooh, they're not happy when he leaves the town, are they? But we'll go get a watchtower down for the meantime. And, yeah, Revel, of course, we gave to the Novgorodi before the game started. That's part of the way I set this up, wasn't it? Arensberg is obviously theirs as well. Yeah, I think in time we're going to end up at war with Novgorod, but for now it's fine. We're actually in a magnificent, huge alliance, and I'm pretty sure we're all allied with each other here. So we are allied with Lithuania, Novgorod, and the Holy Roman Empire. Lithuania are allied with us all as well. Novgorod are allied with everyone. So Denmark, we're in this four-way alliance of absolute doom. Unfortunately for Poland and the Teutonic Order, they are merely a 2. So yes, it's not looking too good for them, is it? No, it is not. And of course, actually, there's another battle to get on with here. What I want to do is get into that spot. Ah, we can't. Damn. Oh well, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. I have actually still got a good amount of troops here because there's a full stack Polish army floating around, and I'm just a tiny bit worried they might attack. But it is a citadel. We've got plenty to defend ourselves, so I'm not too worried about that. But I will send one more unit of infantry just to cover our backs. And yes, Norse War Cleric. If I get an Abbey, I'll be able to retrain those in Danzig, which wouldn't be a bad idea in the long run. But I could do with more generals. So we could do Cecile getting married. Your Majesty. And I'm yet to find anything too good or any particular chap is really worthwhile. Diplomatic ability we gained. So we're up to 4, of course, but just a little bit unsure as to what our options are. I haven't found anyone who's really good enough. This chap's too old and he's not good enough. That Lithuanian guy was fantastic, but he was just a bit too old. I think we're just going to have to wait. We can get some really... I mean, like, you can get some magnificent people. Like, Emmond the Honourable is just ridiculously strong for me. I should probably get some merchants out, actually, because could do with starting to bolster that particular part of my game. It hasn't been a focus. And annoyingly, they haven't been picking up particularly good traits either. My chat's sitting around here. Ah, he's become a monopolist now. That's great. That's great. Although he did get slightly crooked earlier, which is irritating. But with monopolist, he's starting to improve, which is grand. I might look at sending him abroad now. There's salt over there. Yeah, that might be a good one for him to grab. So send the boat over there. Pick up our merchant. Send him over to the salt. And in time we'll be able to get a bit more profit and maybe snipe off 1 or 2 of the others around the map. See, look, they're making 900 a turn. They're making 2,000 a turn, these two. Let's stay really clear of them. Might have to assassinate those in time. We'll see about that. Okay, well, I'm going to mop up, see if there's anything left to do. But in general, it looks like we've got building projects on around the map. Catch you in the next turn. Looking to blockade Riga for 1,000 florins. Well, that is definitely something I can get on board with. So let's go drop our merchant off. Can't quite make it, which is very irritating. We'll go and blockade Riga. Relations improve with Lithuania up to very good. Oh, King Eric has died. Oh no. That's very sad. Over in Hasselholm, he has passed away. Broken alliances, the Mongols and the Teutonic Order. And the Mongols and Poland are now at war. Well, things just get worse and worse for Poland. But there we are, Poland. Welcome to history. Who says this game isn't historically accurate? So, King Christopher, 3 authority, 3 chivalry, 4 command, 6 piety. Nothing too spectacular, but he's not terrible. Ooh, we can get ourselves a Ribolt. That might be fun for defending a castle. Let's do that. So, Norse Axemen. Are they actually much better than our Sami Axemen? They are actually very good. They have good stamina. Okay, they have good morale. They have very good stamina. Some X-Men can last a bit longer, but the morale is slightly better on the Norse Axemen. Interesting. They're only slightly better. Only slightly. But we'll get a couple anyway. That's a good place to start. So we have King Christopher, of course, and that does mean that we have a new faction heir as well. Now, who has that gone to at this point? So Prince Birger. Interesting. I wasn't sure because he was adopted if it would allow that or not, but it has indeed. That's interesting. I feel like it should have gone to Emond the Honourable at least until your actual son Thorkel is has come of age. But okay, apparently we're just going down this side of the tree forever. Sorry, Emond the Honourable, but you know what? You don't have to be king to be a magnificent man. You feel respected, and that's absolutely fair, isn't it? Poor with taxes, that's because he's always got low tax rate on. I can probably fix that in time actually by putting him somewhere with higher tax. But he might end up with just poor with taxes and then also other things such as, oh, I don't know, mean ruler. Ooh, Cecile. But we also now have the governor has become 16 and she has a charm of 4. That's very nice. Let's go to her. And just as her father passes away, she has come of age. So natural negotiator, humble, spirited. Interesting. I like it. I like it. So we have ourselves a new option. I think then your job is to go over to the Imperials. Maybe you'll find a nice young chap who's come through. Cecile is starting to get on a tiny bit at 23. At least in terms of these days, yes. Let's go have a little chat with them. Now,
how can we help?
If we could marry the faction heir, I probably would do that, but unfortunately we can't. You know what, I wouldn't mind having a little bit of a trade. Apparently that's demanding. We'll see what they want to offer us for it, just to kind of get some sort of deal going. 500. We'll try 800. Kind of go from there. They still think that's balanced. Okay, made that offer.
I see no reason why not.
Marvellous. Fortunately, though, it's not going to be enough to do anything, but at least she's keeping herself busy, which might distract her from potential secret loves. I don't think that's how that works. I'm pretty sure that's just a fact of, it's just a flip of a coin. I say flip of a coin, it's obviously just a percentage chance every turn. Now, I've noticed they seem to be reinforcing over here, which is a little bit worrying. Might just pull this force back. And we'll just build it up to a full strength force. So, what are we looking for? We could do with a few more proper Sami Axemen actually in here. So we'll do that. And otherwise, I wouldn't mind the Norse archers joining me either. So we'll do that for now. Part of the reason I wanted to do this campaign, by the way, is because this Danish army, or the Kalmar army, it's very infantry heavy, and that's really not how I normally play the game. It's also interesting because Teutonic Order really struggle, and I think that's what I was going to say before, the Teutonic Order really struggle with their economy because they have mostly castles, citadels and fortresses, very little in terms of towns. I helped them a lot by giving them Visby, Arensberg, Abo at the start of the game, but they've obviously lost them all. So they're going to struggle. Their units are powerful but expensive. Mine are cheap but pretty solid. So I can get more troops out than them, and my economy is going to be much better than theirs too. If I have a stronger force now, I don't mind shaping up to them if I've got myself a big enough force. I might just send one onager. It's a bit old hat at this point, but I don't mind doing that in the short term. Though it's probably a good idea to get some more equipment back here as well. Now Danzig, is it 4 recruitment slots? Yeah, 3 upkeep for 4 units. I'm not going to bother getting any more over there. But it can't be denied that I could do with a few more troops. In the meantime, though, we have got Abo, and it's going to be a fairly solid place to explore from. So if I just get these guys to merge, we will go on a little plod with these chaps over here. And honestly, I don't see why I want to put it much further along with that. That'll do the job. And we'll swing over to Abo in good time to get that set up. We'll put it on low tax rate for now. We can get some crossbow militia here, so I'm going to get a couple. Ooh, can we get the improved boats now. We can get a gun hulk over here. I'm gonna get a couple gun hulks because I could do with a little bit more dominance in the sea. I think, to be fair, Novgorod have that under control. I don't really have an awful lot at the sea, but I have enough to get my troops around. That'll probably be enough for the moment anyway. So we've Halmstead nearly enough to grow. We can pretty much start to sort out the infrastructure there because it's just looking a bit ridiculous now. Yeah, pretty much everywhere else has got things queued up and we're looking good. And I think it's pretty much time to end our turn. See what happens. I think the Teutonic Order are going to come in. Or they're going to do something here. They actually relieved the siege of Planga, which is quite irritating. I very much wanted them to go and deal with that. But obviously they've decided to come and defend their town, which makes sense. It's just a bit annoying in the meantime. Onwards and upwards then. And it looks like we need to get Königsberg under siege. Now, we could attack now, but I don't think that's going to be a very sensible idea somehow. We'll get ourselves some equipment. They have plenty of units in there, so we might take our time, but we'll see about that. They want to attack us. I'll happily face them in the field. Not so much eager to jump into that particular attack. Now, in terms of our units over here, some Norse archers is probably a very good plan, although we'll get the Ribolt. They're kind of fun. And over in Danzig, what are we doing? We're getting the gunsmith. That's probably a good plan, all things considered. Leave the scouts over there. Now, what was I doing? Of course, I had this little force here. For some reason, they haven't attacked us. We're going to get the gun hulks onto them. That should be nice, simple work of them. Proper fortress over here. Now, this obviously isn't much of a force. Abysmal, that's fine. Or was it terrible? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I have seen, though, their forces have been pulling themselves away, which means we should be able to have a quick pounce in here, but we need to go in like next turn to take this out. Ooh, it's their marshal himself, the Orden Marshal Dietrich. I'm not German, so you can abuse me for my pronunciation, but I will try. Damn it. So yes, 3 experience, 12, 16, 2. You know what? It's going to be squeaky bums in some ways to get through this, because actually there are some Order Spearmen there. Good old 20 defence. I think we'll just have to outmaneuver them. So 4 ladders and a tower. Fine. I've got 5 entry points, which means I can try and get around, but it is fortress. So if they play that sensibly, they can definitely win that. Luckily the AI... better as they are from Rome, I don't think they will stop us on that particular occasion. It's going to keep our forces in the citadel over there, and it's probably a good plan for Hasselholm to get some more troops. You can see how underdeveloped this is compared to good old Marienburg over there. So we'll just get some kind of general infantry. The sort, I tend to use these dismounted Husskulls very much for just doing the chunky work on the wall. Obviously you're going to lose a lot of troops, but if they can make sure that we have fresher elite troops to finish the job, then that really means they've done their job. Ooh, sword staff militia. Very nice. I forgot about those. What gets me those militia drills square? Okay, very nice stuff. Very nice stuff. I'll enjoy using some of those. There's some spearmen because we don't have any spears, so those pike militia are going to serve us very well. You see, as Denmark and the Kalmar, you can get a very good selection of units from cities, between the Norse war clerics, of course, that we've got here. You get from the abbeys. We can get the Gotland footmen once we get a sort of swordsmith guild. And yes, those swordsmith militia as well. We can get some decent units out of cities, so we're not in the worst position when it comes to that. Now, Cecile, you're down to 3 again. What's happened? Bruised confidence. Oh, no one's refused your hand. Boo, boo. Right, let's have a little scout with her. I wouldn't mind sniping off one of the Polish chaps if any of them are any good. But it doesn't look like we can find very much. Don't want to marry up to Mongolian. This is the same chap, 51. The thing is, he is good, but it's just not going to work for us, is it? Right. With your sister, in the west, you must move east. On the note of her, good old governor, she will head off to Roskilde and have a little chat with them.
What is it you wish?
The problem we kind of have at this point is that it's hard to find things to get them to do deals with at this point. There we are. So, military access. There we go. +1 charm. That's something we haven't been discussing with people so far. So, military access with the Imperials is a good place to be. I will actually go and pick her up. Won't jump on the boat immediately. Don't want her to be killed. Yeah, up to 5, which is like the French princess on the start of Medieval 2. Very rare you get them up to 5, but there we are. 5 but she's still 16 as well. There we go. That is doing well. Spirited, humble, and a diplomatic weapon of sorts, albeit that wasn't the trait that was actually there, but she might pick that up in time. So we'll see how that goes. Toke, are you doing any better? Not really. You can just get your 100 florins a turn, that's fine. And you can pick up that. You got 4 now, so you might be able to defend yourself if someone tries to snipe you off. And yes, I think it's just a matter of seeing how these particular sieges play out, because a couple more under siege, and really it's Riga we want to be making the overtures towards very soon. But for now, it's just a matter of holding off, distracting these people more than anything else. Could go and snipe them off actually, but for now I'm happy for them just to be distracted, for them to think that they are holding me there. But in reality, I'm quite happy to get on with my siege over here. And I think they are coming to reinforce their troops at Königsberg. This will be a big encounter. Depends how elite the troops are. I'm not entirely sure. Game doesn't fancy me. That says 1-1, but the bar certainly isn't. He's obviously quite a fresh commander in many ways, but he's brave and has marks of war, so I'm hoping that works for us. Severe, respects the enemy, promising commander, admires technology. Okay, fine. So what have we got here? Velf Adam, marks of war as well. Dauntless, which I think that helps morale. Yeah, that's +2. Otherwise, this is a depleted force. That is very much a depleted force. That's the one that's attacking us, so we can take them out and then swing back to good old Hans later, who has pikemen, but outside the city. They could be a big problem in the city streets, but out here that'd be fine. And yes, we've also got the Halbruder over here, who are halberds, of course. So yeah, lots of anti-cav, very little on the sense of missile troops. Very little cav themselves. I'm not big on cav, but I've got enough. This should be fine, especially if they're separated. Let's head in. This is quite a big one, because from here we can then start to focus our troops on the north and focusing on Riga. Pretty plain battlefield here today. A slight hill over on this side, so I might as well get myself set up here. Quite a lot of axemen. I'm just going to put those at the front on this occasion. I know I often hold them back on the second line. Guess just the balance of troops. Dismounted Hussars can be the second line, just to give them a bit of confidence. That'll be grand. They can always get around and try and flank if we need to. Now we do have Norse archers here. Well, actually we have 4 of them, don't we? Marvellous stuff. So a load of missiles, which is unusual. I'm actually going to put them at the front to start with. Actually, I say that. We've got Norse archers mainly, so we'll put the crossbowmen at the front. But the Norse archers we will keep back. They can shoot over the top, of course. Take off skirmish. You guys can stay on skirmish. Hussars, you can go and defend, but we'll rather have these chaps to go charge in. Get our catapult. Yep, marvellous. And then the cav, to be frank, can just all line up here for the moment, and we'll see what happens. So if we group our units, and we don't want to swing too much, but if we just give it a little twizzle, then that'll be grand. And yeah, don't want to lose time for our fire shots to go in. Shoot straight in at the general, please, or just shoot whatever you can. That's fine by me. Crossbowmen are getting some early shots in. Scouts, you just fling yourself all the way out to the rear, and these cav can all go over to that flank. A miss there from the catapult, but it at least should do some hefty work in a moment. They're just really throwing themselves in at me here, which is interesting. You go over to that flank, please. Get out of there. Come on, down to 1. Now let's just chart. I think that has just burnt down a huge chunk of his bodyguard. There, look at that. Ooh, that's the shot you want. That is absolutely the shot you're looking for when you've got yourselves your marvellous onagers. I do quite like my flaming shots. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they're so inaccurate, they're terrible. But no, they are brilliant because they're worth it just for that. 21 has gone down to... what was that? 16. Perfect. Right, scouts, you get into that flank. General's going into my cav. It's fine. We'll pin them with our Norse war clerics. One of you can get up there and shape yourself up for the charge. And in general, this is just going to be a demolition. We can get the Order Spearmen into them. Sorry, we can get the Order Spearmen taken care of by our infantry. That'll be lovely. And if you gallop into the rear of them, that will pretty much be the end of these chaps and that general. Oh, they've broken that unit of semi-axemen. Okay, well done, Order Spearmen. I underestimated you.
The battle is very much in our
Okay.
favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
That's fine. Scouts, come in and just give a charge over here. I don't really want my general taking on Order Spearmen, but
The enemy are badly bloody.
on the plus
They have
side,
lost half
yeah,
their men.
that's all the infantry start coming in over there. Apart from dismounted Huskars, you can chase them down. In fact, that's your job, Scouts. Onagers, if you like to stop for the moment, that will be grand. And semi-axemen over there, just pull yourself back into battle. We are crunching away at their general. If our general wants to come in and help, that'll be perfect. Yeah, they are going to get themselves hit from all sides now. Scouts can just pick them off. Missiles, please stop shooting. And if I'm honest, I'd rather you just turn and get yourself set up for the next battle. Let's just make sure we get rid of this general here. Bit of damage done to us. He's been captured as well.
So he can see us defeat the rest of
Alright, well, we took a bit of damage there. 23% 24, so that was a pretty even bout. Got the main force still to take out, so this could be tricky. We're not going to be as fresh as we could be. So we're going to get ourselves reorganised and we'll get into this second bout. In they come for the second round then, and we are hopefully going to get some good shots away nice and early on. I've got my dismounted Huskars at the front because they are fully strengthed. Unfortunately, most of the axemen are badly damaged, so we've got them in the rear and just a few just standing right at the back because they're way too damaged to make full use of. Flaming Onager can do a bit of damage, hopefully, along with our missile troops. At the moment, it's only actually the crossbowmen who are getting any shots in, but we'll see about that. Let's get our feudal knights out to the flank, ready to do some good charging work. You can go and join the scouts. You're more of a mop-up duty at this point. In general, might as well stay as much at the back as possible just to make sure he rouses them as much as he possibly can. So they're getting their missiles to shooting at us. I don't fancy our chances here. I don't fancy our chances very much right now, but we should, if we can get one or two really good shots in with our missiles, we should be in a good place because we can do some powerful damage with this Onager if he just hits the target he's supposed to. Right into here. Come on. Come on. Do some good work. Yes, come on, our missiles will be helping us do some good damage here. Flaming That's a lot of dead corpses. Oh yes, yes, some crispy lasagna for us tonight. Most of their cav has just been wiped out. Well done, sir. Well done. Get around the back of them, chaps. Get around the back. Crossbowmen, get back now. Charge him. Charge him. Charge in. Oh, pikemen. Everyone's so slow in this compared to Rome. Okay. Over here. What do you want to do? Oof. Onager still just shoot in, honestly. Do what you can. We need to hit these guys in the back. There might be pikemen, but that's what I want to do with them. Those Halbrudo just running off like weird cats. I don't know. We'll deal with that in good time. Right, General, we are going to need your charges, so get yourself out to this flank. Those Norse archers are not bad in battle, it should be remembered. Just at the side of those pikemen, not quite the rear, but that's fine. Looks like we're going to do a bit of damage. Norse war clerics have hit that flank, and that has broken them. They are falling apart. They are falling apart quite a lot. Their general is still ambling around, potentially causing some problems. But we are, generally speaking, doing pretty well. Into those chaps. Into the general. Where is our general? He needs to come and help with this. Can I get my other semi-axemen? In fact, all the semi-axemen. Get into that general right now. General, come over there. Yeah, he's fleeing. We've done it. We have done it. Flaming shots off. Just wander off. Do whatever you want. Luckily, their morale has not been high enough to win this, but they certainly could have if they stood and fought the whole time. Scouts mop up those chaps in the distance. Actually, all missiles. See if you can get one last shot on him. And scouts, if you've got the energy, unfortunately they're tired. If you've got the energy, it would be great if you could catch that general. We didn't actually catch him there. But in general, we're in a good position to start chasing them down around the map. All my cav can at least make sure that their city is as easy to take as possible. Okay, the general looks like he's escaped the missile fire. But the scouts are definitely catching him. Definitely catching. And he is nowhere near the end of the map here. Nowhere near. Yeah, we are going to get on top of him with the scouts. Well done, sirs. Looks like you'll manage it. Let's try and get them on top of him. Right, there we go. There's one. Get ahead of him. Come on. Oh, he's going to make it now because the we got one of them, but not the general. That is so annoying. Where are my horse archers when I want them? Damn and blast. Well, he's got away, but he's not going to have anyone left to guard the city, so looks like his escape will be in vain. If he just stood and fought, his men might have had a better chance. But oh well, we'll see what we can do. We'll mop up as many as possible. But I'll see you back on the campaign map. Heroic victory for us here today. 1,001 men deployed, and well, we have a fair few amount remaining. 708 remaining. We actually barely lost any in that second bout, which is a good thing, I think. 3, 2, 1 experience for some of the units over there. Not too shabby. The catapult has gained some experience too, and they have what, barely 50 men remaining, and that will pretty much pass the city over to us, except of course do have their general. Now, it's a general rule, if you have the general and they have the money, they will accept. Honestly, this is one of the rare occasions I'm very tempted to press execute.
You've earned the ransom, Lord. Take it.
I'm going to ransom because the money be helpful, but also I don't mind if he gets killed. Shame. Not the end of the world, but kind of funny. They're going to attack me over Window as well. This seems like a very vain attempt to make a difference. In fact, if anything, it's going to make it much easier for us. So, if you want to do this out on the field, that suits me. 3 units of Order Spearmen. We'll be able to shoot them down from a distance. And then we've got to repeat with the general here. Only thing I worry about is its 3 experience and their actual, their main general, their faction leader, of course. Right, well, it seems to think it's 7 to 10 here, which I find a bit interesting. I mean, overall, I suppose they're in a good position, but I don't think it's going to work out too well for them. Let's go. Typically, the computer loves a snowy day just to be irritating, isn't it? Just be really annoying. Well, that's fine. That is fine. Infantry, which consists of 2 units. Oh, maybe that's the problem here. It's fine. The Norse archers are very much good auxiliary infantry, so we'll make use of them where we need to. And to be fair, archers aren't that effective on this game, all things considered. They are much more of a pepper and a skirmish, and really to pull forces around rather than to do the damage like on Rome Total War. So, not so important. It's much more useful than on Rome Total War to have archers that are good in melee combat too. Now I've got the war clerics, 3 units of war clerics is no joke.
The enemy have
We can
brought
do
up
some
more
good
men.
work with
they
them.
Hope to make up in numbers what they lack in skill.
Yes, well, I mean, we have missiles, but we can't see anything, so I'm not sure how useful this is going to be. I know they want some atmosphere here, but obviously the computer doesn't really do anything differently in this weather. It's just irritating for me. Fine. We will get ourselves, maybe not that far forward, please. Just because I still want to get my shots in. So if all my missiles could stop, that'd be magnificent. Just start shooting at them. Norse War Clerics, get into this side, please. All onto one flank. And we'll be able to ram into them in good time. If all our missiles can start shooting, that will do a good amount of work, hopefully. Yeah, they're just charging in because they know they're just going to get shot down at the moment. We have picked up a couple of them early doors, but not too much. Now, if these cav can just get into a position where they are set to do some good work. So, crossbows, get out to the flanks, because I'd rather still get some proper shots in at them. So just move out there. All the spearmen are kind of standing in position for now. The reinforcements are there. Now, the reinforcements they have are all the way back there. They are not going to engage in this battle. That is what I want to see. So you keep on shooting, and now if they want to, if they want to engage with us, they are going to get themselves stuck. Yeah, they're not going to like that. They're going to be shot from the side as they take on our dismounted Huskels. They'll get hit in the rear. In fact, I'm going to send my general out to this flank as well, because we'll be able to deal with this pretty easily. Charge, 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 and charge. That'll do the job for me. Keep shooting into their flank. General, pull yourself over there. This charge should do it for them. Off skirmish, please, you two. Both the crossbowmen can go into them. They should keep them distracted for a moment. That's the route for those two units. All infantry into them. And all cav back out to this flank, please. Right, the general's still over there. These lads are hopefully going to break pretty much immediately now. All of you into them. They will not hold, I don't think. They normally do in Medieval 2, but with this many routing around them, you'd hope they wouldn't, but no, they seem to be fighting on. Damn, that's unfortunate. Infantry, pull yourselves out of there. Infantry, get yourself out, because I need you to be vaguely holding when we get on with this battle, or the next part of this battle. So we'll just let the crossbowmen do their job now. That's fine. Do please actually get out there. Thank you.
The enemy general is
there we go. Now he'll flee.
Man. He flees the field of battle and abandons his men to their fate.
Right, well, we'll send those 16 after them, and the rest we can... Ooh, here come... No, they've just regrouped. That's fine. Their reinforcements are just about coming over that ridge in the distance. I just can't see them very well. Alright, time to regroup. They are getting themselves in a position here. But it's hard to see anything. We're over here somewhere.
If we remain true and victory will be ours.
Okay, if we just get our troops under one banner, you can just leave it just a tiny bit wonk. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? No. Apparently the game doesn't like it. Right, organise these lads together and start facing them. Good. Oh, they're moving now. Obviously they're moving now. That's fine. Just move into that position and we'll get ourselves ready. This is slightly ridiculous. I can't really see anything. There we are. There we are in the distance. Right, we can probably have them in range now. Yeah, all units just stop where you are and get your shots in. Now if we can make sure our cav definitely in that flanking position, that will suit me down to the ground. So the three of you, get yourselves over here ready to charge in as soon as you can. The crossbows are going to do the same job as before, and hopefully just shoot them down a little bit to warm them up and then move out to the flank. But I'm slightly worried about this general because he's a big, powerful general and he could win this battle by himself. Right, get yourself out there now. Get yourself out there now. General, charge into there, General. Infantry, charge into him. Clerics, charge into him. And honestly, that is the main thing if we can take up this chap. We have actually got him surrounded on this side because our generals charged right into the side where they are. This guy... Just swing out, just to distract them, please. Intercept them, intercept them, intercept them. Do not let them start to trap us. We are trying to take out that general without him getting too bothered. Well done. You're going to have to sacrifice yourself, clerics, but you are going to do the distraction work we are asking of you. Crossbowmen, shoot into them. Just keep on fighting. Your lord demands it, sirs. Oh, your lords, they've given up. So, that's not necessarily good. Our general is down to 16. He's down to... yeah, down to 12. Okay. We'll pull the general out for the moment. Blow the horn of destiny. Just to make sure that as this happens, we're not in a terrible position. So, clerics, back out there. Norse archers. Don't charge in yet, but I want you to consider it. If we can get all of our men back now, that would be a good plan. We are getting depleted pretty quickly here. It's very evenly balanced. Their general is going to come in. Norse archers, get in here. Your ammo is getting low anyway. Let's just do that. Infantry can... No! Ah, good, that was there. He seemed sad for a moment. Yeah, alright. Well, the Norse archers have done their work. Just scared the general, and then he collapsed on the floor. His bodyguard is still fighting. That last one man. What a hero. But he's dead now. So, let's try and wrap this up. All Norse archers get in there. Auxiliary infantry can do the job. Hopefully, the morale will just pile over in our favour at this point. That's what I'm hoping for. Keep shooting him. What infantry do I have? Just those 25 Huskarls. We're going to get these chaps charging into there, into that flank as well. Marvellous stuff. Come on, in comes the horde. And there we go. I think that's it. I think there's one unit who've regrouped somewhere. But in general... it's all good, all good. Right, all get into those order spearmen. We can mop up what's left. Now, where are you? Don't know. Oh, you're just there. Well, this has been a very efficient little episode here. We've managed to take up two pretty big well, not big forces, but significant forces. 30% loss both times, and this could have gone either way there for a moment. But the fact that it was Norse archers could just come and join as fresh infantry has made all the difference in the world. 99% defeated, 100% defeated. There we go, Prince Birger himself, the slightly older son of the king. Strangely, he should be king. He's older than his father. Oh, do we release these?
Why? There is no need for this.
Is there no need for this?
Yes,
well, we could walk in the town next... No, we're just going to execute them. That was just convenient. We're too late to destroy the boats, mate. Way too late. The gun hulk will have you sorted very, very soon. We can go and take Window now. Riga's still looking like a stronghold, unfortunately. There we are. I can't see if this will be fine. I'm just going to assume that occupying isn't a problem. I can't actually see the city. There we go. I can move around this time. I'm just going to go with occupy in general. So Königsberg is happy. Happiness much easier to deal with than on Puppet Invasion with my Slav campaign more recently. God, that's been horrendous, isn't it? We'll get some raids. Raids are going to be helpful for us first and foremost. Novgorod relationship is very good because we keep on attacking their enemy. And, oh, Palanga is looking very strong now. They've reinforced it. Interesting. So, An interesting one here. Prince Birger's just gained a huge amount of traits there. Prince Birger's just smashed up this town now. I don't think that's affected him too much. Got marks of war, so he's clearly taken a bit of damage in that battle. That's great. Now we've got us as a fortress. With a fortress, we'll be able to restock and start planning towards Riga. So here we are then. We've got ourselves more than a foothold now. We've really started to press the Teutonic Order, and Riga's going to be the big showdown. Whilst they still have Thorn, which is a strong fortress in itself, this is really where it all comes into fruition for us. I reckon we can take it so long as we are sensible enough to take on the clergymen. We can take on clergymen with our own clergymen. It's going to be amazing. And we need to get the Novgorods to come in and help us in that battle, or perhaps some Lithuanians. If we can have a nice alliance battle over there, that will be just what you want to see. And look, production up to number 2, population up to number 2. We are doing well. Our infrastructure's coming through. We do have 2 very charming princesses. And good old governor over here, 17 years old, 5 charm. Cecile, 4 charm. Back up to 4. Something's just gone up. And 24 years old. We have to find them good men to marry. Things are certainly looking up. But Riga is where we'll be planning to head next time. The Hanseatic League will be ours if we can nab that. So, well, I hope you join me for that, because this campaign has certainly been an intriguing one. I've been enjoying this. So join me next time when we will see if we can go and take on Latvia. Yeah, join me for that. I'm Simon, this is Teutonic Human, and this has been our Kalmar Union campaign. Thank you, and goodbye. Let us have a moment for Domino then, a giant of a commander who, frankly, I completely let down. Here! Yes! That was so good! We'll shoot them as they land. Ow! Oh, we're fine! Everything is fine! Panic over! It's only a horde of Vikings, it's not actually a problem.